Okay, about 2 weeks ago I posted a video on putting duracoat on this rear tire, and look how beautiful that is. And literally nothing comes off, right? Because you completely clean the tire. Just looks phenomenal. And I kind of said doing a big tire like this is a big job, because guess what? I did the tread because there's too much dirt that even with a power washer scrubbing I couldn't get rid of, so I used the cleaner product on that, and I did this side as well. So in that video I said, man, that's a big job. Unless you're going to SEMA or you really love your truck, you do all of them. Well, I guess I love my truck. Because I kept looking at these wheels, and yeah, I can put Armor All, but look at that brown, right? And I thought about it. I said, you know, that other wheel, I did the front, the back, and the tread. That's a ton. Now I am just doing this side of the tire, right? So I've already finished cleaning these. All the brown came off, and then I washed the wheel right away because you get some of that spray on there, you want to get it off. So this side's drying. I'm going to go hit the other side, and I'm actually going to finish it and do all my tires. So the Dura dressing, and look, that rear, see how much water, how much I got left, and that was for 3 sides. So I kind of calculate the whole tread is more than one side, so it's kind of like 4 total tires took that much. So I bet you when I finish these tires I'll be there, and I'll have enough, probably that much left. Swear to God, with low profile I'll have enough for my Porsche and enough for my E55. So I will do those as well, since a low profile tire is not going to take much. The only thing, unfortunately, when I was putting the cap on this, it fell and I lost at least 1/3 of this bottle before I could grab it. So I said to myself, these 2 wheels, make sure to use only half of this. I literally used 1/8 of what you see here by just, you know, putting it on a dry tire and not cleaning off my brush. That's the brush they give you. So this will be dry and ready for application in a bit. I'll do the 2 other sides and come back here with the finished product in not too long. Another quick tip is I do the top half of the tire on both of these, then I roll it back so I can get the bottom half to the top, just because sitting in that little bench there just makes life a lot easier. So do half, and then to get the bottom half, you know, move the car a full half cycle on your tire, and then clean your rims afterwards, and definitely work in the shade. So a little earlier the sun was hitting the driver's side of the truck, so I worked on this side, and now the sun's down. I thought I was gonna have to flip the truck around, but no, I got enough shade to go work on the other side. Okay, I want to show you something interesting. So I've already hit these tires kind of 1.5 times. Like I came back and used a little bit of spray when I did it a half turn. So I did the top, turned it, did the top again because that used to be the bottom because I rolled the truck half a turn, and then I soaped it down, okay? And I did this to the other side. I soaped it down because I wanted to clean the wheel, right? Because I had some of the spray on the wheel. And that one I just sprayed up front and I hosed it down. This I put car soap on, right? So check it out. No black is going to come off, okay? Check it. See what's running? Clean water. So you think your tire's clean, right? And I was like, okay, maybe I'll let this dry and I'm good to go. Well, watch what happens. I'm going to let it dry, and I'm going to hit it again with the cleaner spray, and you're going to be surprised how much brown comes off because it reacts with the rubber. It gets all the oils and the crap and that deep ingrained dirt off the tire, even though I just soaped it down right with a scrub brush on top of that. I used this on the entire tire. When I cleaned the wheel, I scrubbed the whole tire. So let me hit it with the cleaner spray and watch how much brown's going to come off this. Okay, so this one I just hit, and remember, no brown came off when I used soap and water, and now I did pretty much 1/3 go over with the cleaner. the Duro cleaner and check out the brown that's going to come off. Isn't that crazy? And the wheel, because I washed the wheel earlier, all that stuff just washed right off because the wheel was wet. So that pass that I did, I just kind of sprayed more liberally, and you'll notice the fluid in the Dura cleaner is clear, right? But here you can see instantly, I don't know if the camera does that, but you can see it go brown when you put it onto the tire. So I'm going to hit this one, same thing. In fact, I wonder if I can set up the camera so you can see me do the tire. Let's zoom in. All right, let me go get my brush. So remember, I hit that with soap and water. Look at the brown reaction, chemical reaction, because this has acid in it. I should put a glove on. I was holding the camera, that's why. Always put on your gloves. This stuff will sting you. You do not want to get it on your skin. Anyways, in the interest of saving time, let me hit that with water. But here's all the nooks and crannies that you got to get in with a brush. And with a Porsche, I mean, or a sports car, you just have this strip to do. Super easy, one and done, probably in 30 minutes the whole car. Big mud terrains with the knobbies, that takes a long time. And that rear tire took me a long time. But I think in the end, it's going to be worth it, because the wheels will be done. If I go off-road, get them dirty, just soap and water, truck is done. Because you all know, getting the mud off a tire is a pain, and it just gets caked in. I basically am creating a layer that's going to protect the tire, gives it that, you know, fresh Armor All look all the time, and soap and water will take all that grime off. So you guys know, off-roaders, cleaning up the tires is probably one of the biggest jobs if you want to get them back looking, you know, super slick and nice. So we'll see this, we'll continue tomorrow when I put the Duracoat on. All right, here we are next day, and I want to show you, I'm doing a very simple second coat with a different tool, my own little sponge. And I think the best way to show you, I hope the camera can pick it up, but you see how it just seems a little brown here. This is black, this is brown and brown. It's because I didn't get enough in there with the brush. So I'm not liking that. Versus the back tire, notice how it's just black everywhere. So I'm gonna get my other glove on. And he does supply amazing gloves. I've got like the Black Knight gloves, you buy like 100. They just rip apart every time I use them. Like one use, throw them away. These, you take them off, you save them for the next day, they're still good. So, all right, so let me show you what I'm doing on my second coat to get it this black. All right, in my first coat, I used this, but you can see how it's kind of destroyed. So it's okay at the beginning, but doing knobby wheels like I've got, then they don't supply, your Duracoat does not give you a brush. They say go to the dollar store, buy a cheap brush. So I use that, but I'm feeling it's not getting in here. I'm not sure if you can see that, but this is not totally black. So what I'm using is, I had a pack of these, right, for polishing this vehicle. If you saw my previous video, little 3-inch polishing pads. Well, I'm using this one, and you can see it's also getting eaten up because I've done one tire. I'll show in a second. But that way I can get in all these nooks and crannies. So let me load this up. So I load up this, you can see, with a couple drops in each one of the little pockets, which helps. And then this way with my fingers. It's going to take time, right? Make sure you wear your glove. You don't want this stuff on your hands. But you see how I'm creating like kind of like a bubbly texture? So I literally make it bubbly everywhere. Let that kind of, the bubbles pop, settle in, and now I'm getting it in every one of those nooks and crannies. You just put your finger in every one of those little holes that isn't getting like so. So this is your friend, makes your job a lot easier. So let me finish this wheel and I'll show you the second coat and final product. Well, that's the last time I'm ever going to armor all these wheels. So this ended up being my second coat, and now you can see, I mean, they're super shiny. That shine should come off a little bit, but this is next level. Remember, I said in a previous video I would not do this, but after seeing my rear, look at those back here, and this one I did this side, the tread, to get rid of all the brown I had stuck in here. It's a new tire in the back, and this guy went mudding and just left the mud on the truck. Believe me, this whole truck has been 2 weeks to clean up, and now I'm on the tires, but that looks great. And then look at that. So for off-roaders, you could appreciate that if you off-road, you're going to come back dusty if there was no rain or water, but if you go through mud, you're going to come back caked on mud. And guess what? High pressure hose, like a power sprayer, power washer, and soap and water. I'll never have to do armor all again. So that Duracoat will pay dividends. And look at that truck. This truck I've named Stormtrooper. Just amazing. The white paint has come back. I got rid of all that brown crap. The tires are just looking phenomenal. Yeah, and that rear tire looked just like that. So I was talking about just dirt and grime. It was like that. Even on this, because obviously this, you know, gets wear on the road. That is hard to get out. So it'll take a major rainfall, which we won't have for a while in California, to get rid of that. So I ain't gonna sugarcoat it. This was a huge job. It took me, what, one day coming after work, like 2 hours washing the tires, washing them, about half an hour each one. Then it took me an hour and a half doing that coat yesterday, and today it took me another hour and a half to sponge every tire. So what? I've got a few hours invested in that, and here's the product I used. So this is like, I don't know, 60 some odd bucks, 59, 60. Look how much I used. And I'd have to say that's the 4 wheels, and then that rear tire counts for about 3 because I did both sides and the tread. So that's about 7 35-inch tires that I got that job done. This sponge was a lifesaver because I'll tell you what, it created a foam. The more I put it on, it foamed up so I can get in every one of those little holes and crevices along that tire wall. All right, so hopefully, you know, and there is a spray. I have a black satin spray. I'll show it in another video that I put on some other tires that I don't think I would take this project on to do that. Let me show you that truck. It's the Green Machine, this FJ40 extra big time off-roader. These tires, I do not want to have to do that project on these tires. So I literally take a spray, I'll wash it as best I can. There's always a little bit of brown, but the spray I put on covers it. But that spray is at, I don't know, I think it's like $13 a bottle. And I use a full bottle every time I do these 4 wheels. So, you know, if you add it up, and it does take time, but I do spray it. I got to spray it on angles, right? Because I got to get this side, that side, up, down, everywhere. I don't think I'll ever do that. And then maybe I'll do these. I might have enough to do these. That's going to be super easy. I mean, it's just go around with a brush a couple times. This would be a no-brainer. Hardly any rubber on that. But that truck, boy oh boy, a lot of work. Even a BFG KO2 would be a lot of work getting in all of those, right? So I'm not gonna do those tires either. That was enough work on that truck, but I like those Toyo MTs. They're knobby, they look great. They're gonna go on that other FJ80. So if you enjoyed this video, I show a lot of like polishing aluminum wheels, painting wheels, just rejuvenating your vehicle. If you have plastic headlights, how did you get that back super easy on your own with a compound? And I have a truck coming in just about 5 to 7 days called Godzilla, and it's just a beast. It's in the Toyota Land Cruiser family, but it's a truck that never made it to the North American market. So it's old enough that now it can be imported, and it's coming straight from Japan. It's a beast, hence the name Godzilla. So subscribe, check it out, and hopefully this video helps you with your wheel endeavor. And I got to admit, the blackest my wheels have ever been, and they're gonna stay that way for, I guess, the lifetime of the tire is what they say. All right, thanks for watching. Bye.